As we gather today in this special place,
together we acknowledge the First Nations people,
the traditional custodians of this land.
We should always remember that under the buildings,
concrete and playground,
the land was and always
will be home to the Gweagal people of the Darawal Nation.
Together we pay respect to elders, both past and present, to the young people of today,
as they embrace their connection to country.
Hello and welcome parents, families and friends who are viewing this very different presentation assembly in 2020. Traditionally, I'd be standing proudly in our school hall talking to you and our wonderful students on this special day. However, in a year that has seen so much change, so much adaptation, so much resilience, I now think anything's possible. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the school year about presentation assemblies at the end of the year, I certainly would not have predicted that I'd be sharing this day with you in this way. It's my pleasure to be celebrating the successes of our school and your children with you today as the culmination to a very special year of learning. Although things have been different this year, our students have continued to engage in learning activities, including Pirate Days, Pajama Days, Year 6 Fete, Healthy Harold. We've had a book fair and a parade. Across country at school, we've had science weeks. Ranger Jamie has visited. We've had STEM days. We've run an athletics carnival. Bright Green Sparks have been gardening. We've had NAIDOC Week celebrations. We've had Zooms in public speaking, Camp Week at school, high school and kindergarten transition. It's been busy, but in a different busy way. As always, the most special component of our school at Engadine West Public School is, of course, the students. This group of students is perhaps the most resilient to change that we will see in our lifetimes. They are the epitome of learning, showing success learning from at school and at home. What an achievement. I acknowledge you, the students of our school, for your commitment and flexibility. And how about the achievements of you, the parents and carers? When I made the call that students were to learn from home, many of you were facing uncertain times with your own employment. Many of you juggled working from home and supporting the learning of your child at the same time, often in the same room every day. And some of you continue to work on the COVID frontline, ensuring the health and well-being of our community. I acknowledge you have become instant educators and am so grateful for the support and trust that you've shown the teachers and staff at our school. And to our teachers and the support staff here at school, there was not one day when a member of this education community told me this is too hard or I can't do it. Instead, they embraced the greatest and most immediate change to their work imaginable. We all learnt new skills in technology and learned brand new language. When I say the word Zoom, I can't imagine anything but a virtual face-to-face meeting. Every member of the staff at Engadine West Public School collaborated, shared, built, created, connected, reassured, worked, supervised and engaged every day, regardless of their location. I acknowledge you all for the learning with supporting each other this year. Our leadership team of Mr Hogan, Mr Metlis, Mrs Pellegrini and Mrs Sterling, Mr Edwards, Mr Wilkins and Mrs Stevenson have shown unwavering support to their teams and to me, and to them I'm so grateful. This year, more than ever and above everything else, our whole school community has shown up and took risks, even when we were all facing vulnerable and unsure times. I can't tell you how proud I am to be the principal of this truly wonderful school. Season's greetings to you all, safe holidays, and I look forward to seeing everyone back for a brand new start next year.
Hello students, parents, teachers and family members. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hugh Hogan and I've had the honour and privilege to lead Stage 3 as the Assistant Principal. As an Assistant Principal, it is my role to support all of the teachers and students in Year 5 and 6. I'm so proud to work with the amazing Year 5 teachers. What a wonderful teaching team. Mrs Jane Field, Mr Liam Hearn, Miss Courtney Strong and Mrs Heather Ryan. Your commitment to your students has been extraordinary. This has been a year like no other. When we had to teach remotely at the end of Term 1, you adapted, innovated and responded with professionalism and passion. You planned, collaborated and delivered an outstanding experience to the students, giving your time, energy and heart. And when we came back, you continued to be there for the students. Despite the difficulties, the rules and regulations, you made sure that the school and each classroom was a safe, engaging and fun place for your students. Mrs. Field, thank you for so quickly adapting and taking 5G under your wing this year when Mr. Griggs left, and for your wonderful organisation of school sport and your work with the senior dancers. You are so kind, caring and committed. Mr. Hearn, in addition to your outstanding teaching, thank you for your work in supporting students through additional programs, such as the Billy Cart Project. You're a wonderful role model for our young men. Mrs. Strong, you've been a dynamic and innovative teacher who is loved by her class. You've led sport programs and organised events, and with your news earlier this year, I'm so happy for you and your growing family. And Mrs. Ryan, thank you for your leadership this year. You have been an invaluable support for me and for the staff and students with your development of the leadership program and the additional responsibilities you've taken on as relieving assistant principal. I thank all of you teachers for your efforts and energy, and I congratulate you on a very successful year. Year 5 students, what a year you've had. We have all been impacted by the upheaval of COVID-19, but throughout this whole year, you have demonstrated flexibility, commitment and growing maturity. I worked with you and taught you in 2018 when you were in Year 3, and I'm so proud of the way you have grown into such mature young learners. You have shown leadership, and I know you will be outstanding role models for our younger students in 2021. Listen to the kind words of your teachers and hold tight to the warm memories of this year. Congratulations for your awards, they are well deserved. And finally, to the mums, dads, uncles, aunties and grandparents who may be watching this, thank you for your support of our school. I hope everyone out there has a safe and happy holiday season and you enjoy your time with your family. Thank you, and I'll see you in 2021.
Sportsmanship Award and Perpetual Trophy started in our school in 2009 and has been awarded to a student in Year 5 each year since. It is named in honour of a student from our school who has always displayed good sportsmanship, not only when playing sport, but also in everyday life. Amy was a leader without being bossy. She had great attitude towards her teammates as well as the opposition, and she showed respect for coaches, referees and teachers. She always gave 100% and it didn't matter to her the results. She was just happy to be competing and being a part of a team. This is the sort of respectful attitude we want our students to demonstrate in and around the school. Like Amy, the student chosen for this year's award always gives 100% and enjoys competition, win, lose or draw. Being a good sport can come naturally to some. The difficult part is showing others how to have the same attitude and really enjoy life. The award recipient today is a role model for others. Today's recipient exhibits conduct considered fitting for a sports person, including the observance of the rules of fair play, respect for others, and graciousness in losing. They are supportive of their peers and compete to enjoy participation. This award is very special to our school and we are very proud to present it in memory of Amy Smith. The Amy Smith Sportsmanship Award and Perpetual Trophy goes to Austin Hyatt.
Class 5G, I'm extremely privileged to call you my class. You are all fine young students who have a range of different personalities and strengths. When combined, this creates an amazing family of learners. It has been an adventure, one that I will never forget. I have had the privilege to follow this grade for 2 years, and for some of you lucky ones, I've been fortunate enough to call you my students for both those years. I've watched you all grow and mature into fine, responsible and respectful students. These last couple of weeks have been the hardest, knowing that our time together is coming to an end. I know very well you are all ready for the next chapter to move on to being the leaders of our wonderful school. Each one of you will forever hold a place in my heart. You have taught me as much as I have taught you, and I'll be forever grateful. I thank the 5G families for trusting me with your children. I am sincere when I say I've enjoyed every minute in teaching you all this year, and I wish you the very best in your final year at Engadine West.
Heathcote Parliamentary Medallion. The Heathcote Parliamentary Medallion recognises a student who has substantially contributed to the ongoing improvement of Engadine West Public School and its community. It is to recognise a student that goes above and beyond to be safe and to be a respectful learner, a responsible school citizen and a role model to others. This student upholds school values in all areas, in the classroom, in the playground, in their learning and in the way they consistently treat others with kindness, empathy and respect. The 2020 Heathcote Parliamentary Medallion recipient is Evie Moore.
What a year, 2020, what a class. Firstly, to all my students in 5H, you've been phenomenal. I cannot commend you highly enough for being so resilient, hardworking, respectful all year. Learning in the class and even learning at home, it's been a year we'll never forget. We've laughed at each other constantly and we've moved together through an unprecedented year, side by side. You've created such a happy environment at school and I appreciate the effort you have put into all of your work. Secondly, to the parents and carers, thank you for your patience, communication and support during such a difficult time for not only the school, but your own families. For that, I am so very grateful. Without you, this year would have been even more difficult. Teaching was very much a team effort this year, and I couldn't have done it without you. 2020, the year we will always remember, 5H, equally so. Good luck in your final year of primary school, and I'll miss you all. Bye.
I now have the honour of presenting and reading out the age champions for Year 5. Now I say champions because we have two. We have both 11 years, and these students have done well. Now with the champions, we calculate from points based on school carnivals and representative honours. However, with this year, we haven't had Zone Sydney East, so it's been based on school, but I think you'll agree we have some very deserving champions. The first person I'd like to read up is in the 11 years boys category, and that is Jensen Malley. The 11 years girls sports champion, and this person has worked really well, and the girl sports champion for 11 years is Evie Moore. Jensen, can you stay? Now, the reason why I've asked Jensen to stay up here is I lied. I have three. The third sport award, and this is the sporting champion, which covers juniors, 11s and 12s. And Jensen is our school sporting champion for 2020.
Well, here we are, 5R. This year, our school family embarked on a very unique learning journey together, and then apart, and then together again. Thank you to our wonderful 5R families for your trust and allowing me to share a mutual interest in your child. Together, we've set goals and reflected. We've navigated and conquered unprecedented challenges. We've laughed, we've learned, and through it all, achieved much success. As we know, this year perhaps more than ever, the future belongs not to the knowers, but to the learners and the growers. And 5R, I am so incredibly proud of each of you and your progress and growth this year. It's not only what you learn, but how you learn to think and what you choose to do for yourselves and for others that defines the sort of people that you are. And you are strong, and you are capable, and you are so incredibly ready to lead our school, and you're going to do an absolutely amazing job. Come back and see me next year. I'll look forward to that. Congratulations, 5R. What a team. It has been my absolute privilege to be your teacher.
The New South Wales Department of Education Deadly Kids Award celebrates and recognises Aboriginal students that demonstrate excellence across a diversity of areas. The word deadly is a modern colloquialism used by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders to indicate cool, rockin' and fantastic. The recipient of this year's Deadly Kids Award is someone who is definitely all those things in the way that they treat people and the way that they always try their best. We have 5 Aboriginal students in here today, which is only fitting that it's a Year 5 student. And the recipient of the 2020 Deadly Kids Award goes to Bronte Visser. Beautiful 5S team. What a crazy year 2020 has been. I've taught in ways that I never thought was possible. You've learnt in ways that I never thought was possible. And didn't you absolutely nail it? You've taken the challenges that have been thrown your way and tackled them head on. The optimism, independence, determination and perseverance you have shown this year has blown me away. I've loved watching you set and achieve your goals, grow as individuals and as a group of learners, and most importantly, be kind to one another. I'll never forget the times that I've shared with all of the Year 5 students over the past 2 years. I count my lucky stars each day that I get to be your teacher. I wish all of you well for your final year of primary school. Thank you to the families of 5S for facing a challenging year, sharing the teaching load whilst learning from home, and trusting me to support and encourage your children to grow and learn. And finally, thank you to Mr. Hogan, the leader of our Stage 3 team of teachers and students. The time, support and care you provide to all of us day in, day out is truly appreciated. After a year away from teaching and then being thrown into an unprecedented year with such unpredictable challenges, your leadership has been outstanding. We appreciate you guiding us through the storm of 2020 and helping us get through this together.
The house captains for 2021 are, for the House of Cook, Phoebe Moore and Cash Peck. For Oxley House, Bronte Visser and Aurora De Silva Peck. For Phillip House, Darcy Milkey and Ruby Sinclair. And lastly for Sturt, Poppy Cheesley and Abby Webber. And it gives me great pleasure to announce the 4 prefects for 2021. Hold your applause until I've named all 4, please. Kieran Brain, Asher Markham, Mitchell Rylands, Lixie Dickinson Panis. Give them a round of applause. Congratulations to our 2021 incoming house captains. Give them a round of applause. Kelly Davidson, Harry Dan. for 2021, Jensen Malley, lead winner. Prefects, vice captains and captains for 2021.
Hello Ingadine West community. I get the distinct pleasure of thanking many members of our Ingadine West school team. Firstly, our school learning support officers who do a fantastic job in supporting our students in their learning, providing that extra face-to-face time and helping them with all their special needs, all students' special needs in the school. And they do a wonderful job. Thank you to all our school learning support officers. Our school SAS team, the office ladies, they're so kind, they're caring, they're efficient, they're organised, they keep the school running like a well-oiled machine. Thank you for everything that you've done in 2020. The canteen, what a wonderful place that is. I visit regularly, and Belinda and all the P&C helpers and mums and dads that have helped over the course of the year. Thank you so much for providing that wonderful service. We had Alex earlier this year on the crossing, and Peter has returned. Thank you for keeping children safe in crossing over the Warrenora Road. All our visiting scripture providers that come into the school, thank you for providing that service and religious education for our students. Very much appreciated. All our P&C helpers across the school that have come in, and there's book club, there's banking, there's uniforms, there's a whole range of services that are offered. And also the before and after school care centre, which provides that wonderful service. All in all, there are so many. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone, because it's all the support that goes into ensuring that every child achieves to their potential at Ingadine West, and the kind, caring place that it is, which really reflects our wonderful principal, Mrs. Roach. And thank you, Mrs. Roach, for all the kindness and care that you have provided for everyone in your school this year. And I'm wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and looking forward to seeing you soon.